Good Christmas afternoon, everybody. What a day it's been. Never thought I would be chasing tornadoes on Christmas Day here in Santa Cruz, but that's exactly what happened this afternoon. The National Weather Service did issue a tornado warning right in my area where I live, so I did go outside to take a look. We had some very strong winds. We did have a really good cell moving through, again with the gusty winds and some heavy rain. Didn't get any hail. Certainly didn't get a tornado or a funnel cloud, but the reason the National Weather Service does that is because we have radar, and radar can measure wind speeds and velocities. And when the radar picks up something called a couplet, which means that it's picking up winds coming towards the radar site and away, that does indicate at times rotation. So thankfully, we have those types of tools. And hey, let's give a big thank you for the service, for the men and women in the National Weather Service that are working on Christmas, right? Because Mother Nature does not take breaks on holidays. They are keeping everybody safe by keeping a watch on this 24 hours, 7 days a week. They do not take their eyes, especially off of the radar screen on a day like today. So what's happening and what are we expecting here over the next few hours? Well, pretty easy to see here. We've got what we call a big rotation in the atmosphere that is low pressure, and there are embedded waves. I like to call them spokes of energy, and you see there's one right here, and of course there's one out here. Now, with each wave, we get a enhancement of the winds, and we get clouds, and in this case, we get showers and thunderstorms, and I am concerned about this line that's going to be coming in. It is about 3:30 right now. I expect this line to reach the coast in the next 3 to 5 hours. So let's say sometime between about 5 and 8 p.m., we're going to be in this line. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here when we go to the infrared. Again, same satellite picture, just using different technology. Here's that big circulation. Also, of course, driving cold air into the Sierra, lots of snow going for them. And here's that, again, that boundary that's starting to form here. This has been picked up by the models. We talked about this yesterday. Talking about the winds would lessen up a bit. Still getting gusts to 30, occasionally a little higher right now. And then the winds would pick up, which they're doing again, and we get more rainfall here Thursday evening, and that's exactly what I do expect. You notice these cloud tops are enhancing. Those are those colors there. And the bottom edge of this is going to come through the Central Coast. And unfortunately, it may come through as a line of thunderstorms, and you can see a bit of that line starting to form right out here. There's going to be more of it here. We still have the rain, of course, down through Southern California, and some issues, as we know, down around Los Angeles. So let's take a look at the Doppler radar. Here's some storms firing up off the coast. Could see a few water spouts. As these come on shore, they usually dissipate a little bit. But again, the atmosphere has been primed today. And the way that the atmosphere is set up, it's not out of the realm of possibilities to spin up a weak tornado. So that is in the mix. It's not often that we do say that, but I do want to warn folks that, yeah, that is a possibility today, especially with this next line coming in. Do I expect that? Absolutely not. I don't want to scare folks. What I am expecting are some very strong winds. We could see winds of 50 to 70 miles an hour in some of these thunderstorms. We could see hail, lightning, obviously, and heavy downpours. Let's take a look at one of the models, and you will see what I'm talking about as this starts to move on in. So again, as this moves through, you're going to notice we're going to go through time here. This is about 4 o'clock. So don't get too caught up on the exact timing. It's hard to get the exact timing down. But again, sometime between 4 and 8 is the most likely time. And you'll see this line start to set up here. And this could go through about midnight. And you see this line here. These are thunderstorms. These could be pretty heavy, and they could be severe, meaning very strong winds that could do some damage, could take trees down. So, a lot of you still don't have power. Some of you lost power, have it back. Others may lose it when this line comes through. So just kind of a heads up here as you go through the evening. Keep all of your flashlights and your electronics charged up, because you might end up losing power here tonight. We'll keep looking at this as we go through time, and as this steps through the area and we go through, the 10, 11 o'clock hour, this thing is pretty much winding down. There'll be some showers behind this, though, in the wee hours tomorrow morning, another little line coming through. This is about 4 a.m. tomorrow. And then probably some more showers firing up behind that. We'll take a look at another model because we always like to do a little comparison shopping here. And this model's more or less saying the same thing. You see this line developing here going out towards, let's say, 5, 6, 7, 8 o'clock here. There's that line again, and I do expect some pretty good thunderstorms to go along with this. So again, that's that late evening time. This passes through. Everybody gets hit with this, and we keep going through the night here. Starts to dissipate, more rain down in the Santa Lucias. And then by 4 in the morning, not a lot going on Friday morning, some shower activity. But look what happens as we get towards 10, 11, 12, 1, 2 in the afternoon. We may fire up some more showers and thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon because we're going to get some heating with the sun being out for good chunks of the day. And that helps to kind of prime up the atmosphere like it did today a little bit. So I don't expect widespread rains tomorrow, but there will be certainly the chance for a shower or thunderstorms in the afternoon. That moves through tomorrow. That's 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So by tomorrow evening, we're winding this whole thing down. The winds are down, and we are back to our regularly scheduled program, which is going to be drying out and cleaning up. Just a heads up, still doing, the power outages, unfortunately. Monterey County, 15,000. Santa Cruz County, just under 10,000. That number has come way down. The state now, just about 80,000 across the state without power. That's about half of what it was this afternoon. So again, be careful out there this evening. If you gotta, if you're traveling, heading back to the family and the friends and back and forth from Christmas, especially over 17, take it easy and drive safely. If you get a lot of hail, you might want to pull over. The road gets real slick with that. And watch out for those damaging winds that'll be coming through with some of these thunderstorms and the possibility of more power outages. Enjoy the rest of your Christmas. Of course, I'll have more on the weather for you tomorrow morning, but I may be back here tonight, depending on what happens. Yeah, as this thunderstorm line approaches the coast, I may jump on here just to give you another heads up. All right, everybody, talk soon.